Hi traders, this is Focus Trader, and in this video we're going to have a look at BOS Trader indicator, which is our ultimate custom-made indicator for TradingView based on smart money concepts and ICT 2022 mentorship model. We got also some original ideas there, so without any further ado, let's get into it and let's see how to set things up and use this indicator for your own trading, for setting up alerts and to plan your trade on the go. Okay, so let's turn on settings and let's see what's there. On the first look, you can see that there are a lot of things you can set, but don't be afraid. Everything is really simple, and the current sort of default settings, if you go to defaults and set reset settings, which I'm going to do, you will see basically the same thing, and it's really easy to understand. So let's get to it. The first thing first, the type of entry area. The type of entry area is the area where this indicator is looking for entry signals, and the default settings is area of interest, which I'm using, but you could see also fair value gap. So let me just show you what fair value gap does. And we all know fair value gap. Let me just wait for a while when it calculates, and it does, and I will zoom in and show you. So fair value gap is the area of imbalance between low of this candle and high of this candle, and you can see how it's partially filled here, and then the fair value gap continues. New one is here. Also here was fair value gap that was immediately closed by this candle or this candle. So these are fair value gaps, and those are areas where you could place your entry or expect market to make some sort of reaction. As you all know, if you do something like this, which is 50% of fair value gap, this is the discount and this is the premium area. But it's not important for this indicator, because this indicator calculates your entry for you. But if you still want to use this indicator, for example, for alerting that break of structure appeared, you can do that, and you will see you can set your trading accordingly. Okay, so this is the fair value gap, and back to area of interest. And this area of interest is calculated from the principle that I'm using, and in this area I'm looking for entries. Some of the people in our group, which I'm also inviting you to, you can see the description of this video where you find a link to free Discord, so you could go there and see how we use it, how we trade, what our setups day by day are. And some people use this just to trade the area of interest, don't use the signals. So when they see that the price is going to area of interest, they are deciding their trades, for example, based on order flow or any other approach, or closing the gap, or the premium and this gap, etc., etc. But still, this indicator will show you or trigger alert when the area of interest pops. So sort of happens in the market. If you click right mouse button and add alert, or you could also click here on alert, but let me do this and select this indicator, BOS Trader, and you can see the BOS Trader AOI, which means according to your current settings, when BOS Trader AOI happens, you will be alerted, and I will recommend you to set it to once per bar close, which will make the alert repeat itself for unlimited time, so it will work on forever. So every time some bar closes, which in this case will be this candle, and the area of interest pops, which happened, you will be triggered once for this area of interest. So you won't be alerted on any other bar. You will be alerted just once when this area of interest happens. So you will have 1, 2, 3 minutes before the candle reaches the area of interest, which is the thing that is the most valuable thing on this indicator, that you are alerted in front. You don't have to sit in front of your computer. You will just receive email with alert, or let me show you again, and I will say BOS Trader select and AOI once per bar close, and you can see that you can set it to notify on app, show pop-up in your app, or send email. So these are the options that TradingView offers. So this you can decide for yourself what works best for you. So again, if this area of interest pops, you will get alert here and also here. So this is how it works, and you can see that you get a really nice signal here, and this is invalid, and I will show you why later on in this video. I will tell you some bits of my strategy that I'm using, but this video will be focused more on the indicator than on my strategy. Okay, so this is the setting, and the other thing you can set is bars after liquidity grab. So let me show you. The liquidity is grabbed. This is a liquidity line. How liquidity works, you could check other videos that I have on the channel. There are also videos about liquidity and what it does, and we have also indicator for liquidity, but it works basically the same as this one, because it shows you these liquidity lines. So this is a liquidity line, and you see this candle crossing this line, so this is a liquidity grab. You could also be alerted for liquidity grabs. So if you go to BOS Trader and set it to any alert function call, so this is based on functions, on call functions. Don't try to understand it's in code, but you don't have to know how it works, but it technically how it works, but you will be able to use it anyway. So any alert function call, and you will type here, for example, liquidity grabbed on Euro USD. Okay, and again set your alerts how you like it. Okay, so that's liquidity. This is liquidity grab, and we can see that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 bars after the liquidity was grabbed, the area of interest popped. So let me just set this number, bars after liquidity grabbed, to, I don't know, 5. Wait for it to calculate, and you see this area of interest is gone. So basically what this does is that it will show you the area of interest if it happens 5 bars after the liquidity was grabbed, which didn't happen here, it didn't happen here, and it will be hard to find here. Okay, here was the perfect example, and here also was a perfect trade. So you can see that this liquidity was grabbed, and 1 2 bars after the liquidity was grabbed, the area of interest popped. So this is the way that you can customize your settings and to get, for example, better ROIs, because if the liquidity is grabbed and then there is very fast and very strong seller's reaction, it is very possible that that trade will be more successful, because really what you are looking for after the liquidity was grabbed, you are looking for reaction of the opposite side. In this case, if this liquidity is on high, you are expecting the liquidity grab of the buy side liquidity and the seller's reaction. So you are expecting shorts. So this some shorts happen, but you see how they decelerate and the candles are getting smaller. So this is not a significant activity of sellers, but here you see the imbalance, this very strong bar. Here is the imbalance, the fair value gap, and here is the continuation, and then there is a fast pullback. So this area will be a perfect area to entry. This is just a principle that I'm using in my trading, and it's also based on smart money concepts and ICT stuff. Okay, so this is the setting of bars after the liquidity was grabbed. So let me set it back to 50s for us to see more liquidities. And now how to define the numbers of left bars and right bars for break of structure. So basically, what is structure? Structure, I define structure mathematically on this indicator, that you need to have a high, local high and local low, which is sort of swing high and swing low, and those are defined as a candle. For example, this candle is for me pivot high, EVH, it's pivot high because it has 1 bar on the right and 1 bar on the left, which is smaller. And let me seek for a pivot lows, and let me delete this and zoom in, because I think you won't be able to see it properly. So let me just zoom in. So again, this was pivot high thanks to this 1 bar on the left and 1 bar on the right, and this candle will be pivot low, and this will be 1 bar on the left and right, 1 and 1, which has higher lows. So this and this is our structure point. So let me search for another pivot high, and we see it here, because no other candle in this series of candles was having one bar on the right and one bar on the left with a lower high. So this is another structure point, and another PVL would be this one, this one, this one. These are equal, and that's it. So this will be another structure points. So this is me defining structure, and this number, the number of the bars on the right and left, you will set it here to define structure, the number of left bars and right bars for break of structure. So the structure is defined by one bar. If I set it to, I don't know, 5, suddenly what will happen? This area of interest will disappear. And why is that? Because there was not break of structure of bar which has 5 bars on the left and right, because this is a PVH for sure, because there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is surely our structure point. But then another pivot low structure point. This one, no, this candle is lower, so this is not the lowest from 5 bars on the left and right. So this one is our structure point. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So this is our structure point. This is structure point, and I think that this is also structure point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the structure is so. This is a structure, and there wasn't a break of structure. This low was not taken, so there didn't any break of structure didn't happen, right? And that's the reason why we don't see the area of interest, because area of interest pops after there is a break of structure. So when we get this setting to 1 again, we will see this area of interest, because structure was broken. And which structure was broken? We got this high, we got this low, and here is the break of structure. So after this bar closes, we have confirmation that this is our new structure point. This is our new structure point. The break of structure happened here in this area. We broken this structure point, and since we have this seller's reaction, the area of interest calculates itself, and that's it. So right now you should understand how we define structure. We define structure by pivot highs and pivot lows, which are basically the swing highs and lows, and those are the bars that have specific number. In our case, 1 bar on the left and right. We could also help ourselves using, I don't know, some pivot highs, pivot low, I don't know, for example, from this guy, and you see these are the structure point, and if we are able to set number of left bars and right bars to 1, you see that this is our structure point, this is structure point, this is structure point, this is structure point. So if we expand this, here is our break, and here is new pivot low. So when this swing is defined, the area of interest pops, and you see how clearly defined structure. So this is the same thing that this BOS indicator does. Okay, so let's continue with the settings and the type of structure break. There is a default, there is a close, and there is over bar. So again, what it means, still we know that this is our structure point. And what's our default settings? In default settings, it is enough to have just small part of candle below this low, below this structure point. So even if we don't have this whole body of candle below, if we just touched it, barely grabbed it, there will be something like that, and the reaction, it will still be the break of structure from default settings. It's enough to have just 1 tick below this low, and it is defined as a break of structure. So this is the default settings and I'm using it in my strategy. So that's my current settings. But sometimes your chart may be a bit messy because you will have a lot of unwanted areas of interest. Let me see if that happens, and I don't think that it happens in this chart. Beautiful entry here, beautiful entry here. Okay, so this is not the case in this current market and chart. It will happen if we increase number of liquidities available in this indicator, which we'll do later on. But again, let me show you another options of types of breakout structure, and that will be the close. The close, again, we have this structure point, and if we have settings on close, we need this candle, this breaking candle, to be closed below. So if we only have wick below this low, but the candle closes above, then this is not a valid structure break. But when we have this close below this structure point, it is valid structure break. So this is what close means. And then we have setting of overbar. And let's see if it changes things. And it does. The area of interest moves here. And why is that so? It is because the reason we seek the structure break when there is a whole candle below this structure point. So it is this one. So after this candle appears under this structure point, whole candle, the whole candle, the high of this candle should be below this high, this low of this previous candle of this structure point. So after this happened, we are searching for a new structure point, which is here. Here is the candle which has one bar on the left and one bar on the right. So now we have defined the structure, the swing, and we see the area of interest. Okay. But my default settings is, and the default, I have set it to default, and I will recommend you to use it because you will get the most precise entry thanks to that. Okay, so this is the types of breaking up structure, and obviously you have also color settings here. So if you get, for example, darker theme like I don't know, black background and something, you could change the color, the area of interest, and you could also change the transparency. So let me just make it, what is this, purple maybe. And you see that it's sort of more visible if you set the transparency to be lower. So again, let me reset and change it to default, because I got red for resistance and green for supports. Okay, so this is just the color settings, and then we have the liquidity settings, and we are currently working with time frame mode, and this is probably the most difficult thing to understand, and it's also very difficult for me to explain. I'm doing it on daily basis because a lot of people are asking me about this. What is the time frame? What is the fixed mode? And I will try to do my best to explain it in this video as good as possible. So I really hope you understand. If not, just feel free to visit our free Discord and ask me there, because I will be able to explain for sure in a while. Okay, so we have two settings for liquidity: either pivot mode, either time frame, or a fixed mode. So let's start with the fixed mode. In the fixed mode, and with the settings of 5, we are looking for swing highs and swing lows, which has 5 bars on the left and 5 bars on the right, with lower highs or higher lows. So it is the same thing that I showed you on that some random indicator from TradingView that just marked the structure points. So this is the same thing. I'm currently looking in the fixed mode. I'm looking for 5 bars on the left and 5 bars on the right, which will be smaller, which has smaller highs or pivot highs or swing highs, and which has higher lows or swing lows. Okay, so, and that's it. And these are just lines generated there. So this is basically how we define liquidity, and you could really see the liquidity area here and how it was beautifully grabbed, and then when there is no liquidity here, nothing, then market reversed. So this is really helping me to illustrate how these things with liquidity work. Okay, so this is a fixed mode. And now what's the time frame mode? So let me go to 30 minutes and let me leave the settings as it is. So wait after it calculates, and let me draw some lines here. We could see this line on the low, and we could see, for example, this line. We don't see line here, and we can see, for example, this line. Okay, and let me go back to 1 minute, and you see how many more liquidity lines you saw. So you are currently seeing the fixed mode, the fixed setting of 5. So you are seeing the liquidity areas or liquidity lines for candles that has 5 bars on the left and right. But what if you are on 1 minute time frame, but still you want to see liquidity from 30 minutes? Then easily you will switch to time frame mode, and it will use multiplication between 1 minute and 30 minutes, which is obviously 30, and it will do 30. There are 30 1 minute bars in 30 minutes, so it will be 30 times the pivot highs numbers. So it will search for bar that has 150, which is 30 times 5, 150. I really hope it is so. 150 bars on the left and right, which is smaller highs or lows. So if we switch to time frame mode, it will do it automatically. And let me change this to fixed mode. We again see a lot of liquidities, and let me put in 150 and wait for a while. And you could see that you see the same liquidities. This one, and you see some other based on history, right? Yeah, okay, it works. Cool. And that's it. That's the difference between again, you see we are in fixed mode, so we need to switch back to 5 to see what we want to see. You see this line, just the ones that I marked. Okay. There is one small thing that I just want to mention, because of composition of 30-minute candle, for example. As you can see, this candle has not marked liquidity here, because 1, 2, 3, 4 bars on the right are smaller. This fifth is higher, it is higher high, but we saw that in the time frame mode settings. So let me go to 1 minute, and it is this one, and let me go to time frame mode, and you see that you can see it here, right? And it isn't there on 30 minutes. Why is that? Because of the times section of 30 minutes. Because if you are looking for 30 minutes bar, you are looking for basically this period of time. It will be very difficult for me to explain, but sometimes these things happen, but they really don't affect the results you are getting. I hope you understand, because it depends when the I don't know 150 bars ends up, right? Let me show you. We have this pivot high, and we got 150 bars here. You see that 150 bars is here, but the 30-minute candle already started. Let me draw, and I hope really that I'm explaining you so you can understand. We have 30-minute, we have 150 bar after this pivot high, after this candle. 150 is precisely where I mark it with this yellow line. So here, and you see that it's 10:52, but our 30-minute bar started at 10:30. So it started here. But it was at the end of that 30-minute time period when the liquidity was, when the high was higher. So really hope that you understand. So this is just very small small minor thing, and I really shouldn't go into much detail with it, but just hope that you understand why you see this line, and you basically shouldn't or should. Okay, so sorry for going too much depth into it. You could just skip it, right? And let's continue to area of interest settings. We have settings of fast and extended. So as you can see, we have here the area of interest, we have here area of interest, and it ends up here. So what my strategy is, I'm looking for fast activity of buyers, very strong sellers reaction, pullback, and short, and continuation to the downside. The activity of sellers continue after their imbalances. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. But some of the people will be interested in trading this fair value gap for much longer. They will be interested to trade it even now, for example, for some reason, for I don't know what reason. Most of the people have different strategies in smart money concepts, so you could see. So I put this to extended mode, and you see the area of interest is extended, and here the area of interest was closed entirely, so it ended. Okay, if you want to see this fair value gap, you need to change this to correct. You need to change this to fair value gap to see this this area here. Wait for a second, and you can see that there is still some small gap that is resting there, right? So let me just go back to area of interest, and let me leave it on extended, and you can see how it works. So still you can be looking for trades here if your strategy is working with that. It could take a lot of time before they go back to this area, and you will still be looking for entries there, which I'm not in my strategy, but it's just my strategy. It's not something that I would be able to say that it's not profitable or something. So let me go back to fast, and then there is the area of interest duration. There are two elements. If the market made very big reaction and is already gone, the area of interest will not be drawn, but you could also set the duration of bars for this area of interest, because like I said, I'm using very fast reaction. So currently the default is at 30, but you could set it for I don't know, 10. And I was doing some testing of this strategy in TradingView. I hard coded this BOS trader as a strategy, and I tested it, and I see better results if the enter happens for lower number of bars after the area of interest pops. Okay, so you see that it gets smaller. It is now long. Is there only for 10 bars, and you can see that if you get your entry there, its probability is higher that it will be a good one. You see the entry here. There is no entry here, but still this will be a nice trade because there is a lot of liquidity there, and you see this closure above this wick, which is this is a pattern, morning star or evening star. I don't know if you are too much into candlestick patterns, but I'm not. Just wanted to mention it. Okay, so this is the duration, and then there is a multiplier, which is the size of this area of interest. You can make it much bigger. I don't know if I put there 3, for example. The area of interest will be much bigger in a while, you see. But I use settings of 1.5, and I'm recommending it in my strategy as a default. Okay. And then let's go to other section of this indicator, and I will try to go much faster here. There is a session, and session works for alerts and visibility. So you could draw your session backgrounds, and because some people are in different time zones, I'm in UTC +2, but a lot of people are in New York time zones and other time zones also. So how TradingView calculates sessions is based on exchange. When you have 0 here, it's 0. It's a midnight at New York. So you need to turn on the background and check if it matches your time zone, your preferences, because this setting will affect when the alerts will be triggered. So if you want to receive alerts, you can specify the session you want to receive alerts for in the specific time frame, which is crazy, right? This is really cool stuff, because sometimes you will be able to trade just on evenings, sometimes you will be able to trade just mornings, I don't know, but you could set it according to your needs. So you will have basically here in alerts, you can see that there are some alerts that I have set, and you could call it, you can rename this alert how you like, and you can say that this will be the alert for, I don't know, morning, this will be alert for evening, and you could customly pause the alerts that you don't like to be triggered right now, right? So you see that I have alerts for forex majors basically, and some minors, and this is really cool, I think, because thanks to this, you don't have to sit in front of your computer whole day. You can just wait after the area of interest pops, and when it pops, you sit on your computer and you wait for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes if something happens, and if not, you go away, and that's it. That's how easy the trading with this indicator could be. So I think that this is really the most important feature this tool has. And also, I want to show you, if I leave this in time frame mode, and I will set pivot highs and pivot lows to, for example, 2, and wait for a while, you will be able to see that some more areas of interest will pop, right? You see that there are many more here. Let me just set it back to 5, and you will see that some of them will be gone. You see they disappeared. Some of them disappeared. So if you want to have more these areas of interest drawn, then you can increase the number of or lower number of pivot highs and pivot lows, basically the neighboring candles, to 1, for example, and that way you will see much more liquidity and much more areas of interest. But also you will get some good signals and some bad. This one is really bad. This will end up in loss. This one won't be a good trade, but this will be a winning trade. This was also a very beautiful trade, because there's multiple liquidity here. There is a strong push of sellers, and there are buyers present. You can see, if I zoom in, the size of the bullish candles. You see their perfect reactions. Okay, so you will get more signals, but you will need to filter some more. So I'm really not that much into it. I just use these default settings. Actually, I'm working with fixed mode setting of 10 on 1 minute. This is the setting I use the most. So let me show you what it shows, and you will see something like this. So this provides me enough signals, and also eliminates. You see this one could work. You see that this could have ended up as a stop loss, but it depends where you place your stop losses. And I'm rounding the numbers. For example, if I get 3.7, I usually round up to 5, or I'm placing my stop losses below the volumes. Okay, so the volume is here, so I will place it somewhere here. So my position will look something like this, and my first target will be 1.73 on this liquidity there, and there is another liquidity there, so this will be second partial out. Okay, and this entry was really good, because also you were supported by this volume, and I will be very afraid when they turn around and go there, but it was just another very small liquidity grab, and then market reversed, fortunately. And it's also a continuation of this strong movement, so this is very nice trade, and it is also based on other thing. And I'm now just showing you some parts of my strategy, and this on this accumulation there. You see the perfect reaction on volume, very strong buyers. So this is, for me, this is total buy. This is very strong. We got very strong activity of buyers. This is major swing is very strong, and you see small accumulation there, so to retest it and perfect. Okay, so sorry again but I think it's really interesting how to how you can use these things. So let me get back and let me reset again to default. So now we know how to set alerts and how to set visibility. Sorry, my phone was ringing. And you could also turn off plotting of your entries, because if you don't enter using these entry signals, if you enter by your own decisions, you could turn them off, and after a while they should disappear. This is taking too long. Okay, and they're gone. Okay, so you could disable this for you to, because as you can see, if you see such strong buyers, you could place your limit order at the edge of this area of interest and get a beautiful trade. Again, if you see these strong sellers, you could place your limit order here, stop loss here, and expect some sort of movement there. So this is also the way how you can see there is not significant buyers there. There's significant sellers, but no significant buyers. So no reason to place limit order there. Again, for example, here, this is too much. This is displaced to too much. But here we can see this activity of buyers. So probably it will be a good idea to place limit order when this area of interest pops. But I don't know if you will be able to manage it in time. And let's go here. This is beautiful. This is real beauty. Strong buyers, strong sellers, limit order, stop loss, profit. This liquidity here, boom, boom, boom. This triple liquidity there, perfect entry, right? Here, strong buyers, strong sellers. The liquidity is grabbed. So what do we have here? Losing trade, nice one. Ooh. Don't expect any strategy that will work 100% time, and we see beautiful liquidity grab here. Okay, and let's continue with our settings. And this is just a speed optimization. If you have problems loading the script, for example, you could lower the number of drawn liquidity lines, the FVGs or AOIs, etc. So you could affect this here, and these are only the visuals. And okay, this is needing to be explained. We have a style of the entry signals. So let me again turn them on. Wait for a while, and you see the buy signal. And let me change it to label, and let me do the white text. Again, wait for a while, and you can see that signals are looking much better now, right? So you can set this according to your preferences. You see the options we have there. Triangle, flag. Let's try flag, what it does. I'm not able to see it. You see very small flag there, which is not good. And I don't know, let's try circle, very small circle. Okay, diamond maybe. Okay, but my favorite really is the label. Okay, so this is something that I really like. I'm thinking that we could also work we can affect the sizes, so maybe this could be a little bit bigger, but who cares? If you are trading this strategy, you can trade it like so. You will be very zoomed in, so you will see that enough. But again, this is just visuals. And let's go to another thing, that there are some things you need to understand. So we are making differences between liquidities, and there is a check as Asia, draw and use liquidity, and it does what it says. So it draws and uses liquidity for alerts. So you can turn this off, and you will automatically not receive alerts in this Asia session, but still you will draw and use liquidity. So if there is liquidity grab of Asia liquidity happening in other time sessions, the alert will come. But if you uncheck this, then you won't draw Asia liquidity, and won't even be alerted about the liquidity grab of that. Okay, you see that this red color line, the red liquidity of Asia, is gone. So if I turn it back on, it is back on, and you see that this liquidity grab was used, and these entries are back here. Okay, so again, draw and use liquidity means that the liquidity is there and it is used in scripts for alerts and for drawing the liquidity grabs, and sending alerts in this session or unchecking this will affect if you receive alerts in this session or not. So this is also something that affects this setting. So if you have your trading session set so, and you will turn off Asia, it will turn off Asia. So again, if you are not sure about the time zone, about the time when the Asia is in your time zone, etc., you could turn this on. Oh, sorry, display session background, sorry. And wait for a while. And you see that this is the session. So if it matches your settings, it's cool. If it's not, you need to adjust that. You need to adjust that with these two settings. So for example, if I make it from 18 to, I don't know, 17. And again, this is exchange time zone, which is New York for TradingView. I really hate this session style. And you see that it went a little bit back. So again, I'm going back to 18. So it jumped here. So this is the way you can check it. And again, if you have draw and use, it will display and take this as a liquidity grab. If you don't use the Asia liquidity, this will go away because this is the Asia liquidity grab. So there is no area of interest if there is no Asia liquidity line there. Okay, and that the same thing applies for all these specific time zones. So you can go through it. For example, interesting thing for me is that you could work to increase the thickness of other time zone lines, and I'm using usually just a grayish color because I'm not making difference between Asia and other session liquidities most of the time. So I will have all the lines set to gray, and London and New York, which are more volume heavy sessions, I will have them with a higher width of that line. You see, the Asia is very thin line, and the New York and London is very thick line. So you could see basically the importance of the liquidity. You see there's high volume liquidity there. The liquidity was grabbed here, then market reversed, took this liquidity, created new one there, and then they created multiple liquidity here and beautifully grabbed it in the evening. And again, this happened here, etc., etc. You can set for yourself and check how the market works. And if you really want to see something very cool, you could place, I don't know, for example, replay here. Wait for a while and play. And this will basically tell you the story of the market. So you could see there is liquidity here. There is no liquidity here. So we are waiting if any pops there, but still so far none. And you could see this liquidity grab in the morning in my time zone. You see there is liquidity there and there is small liquidity there. So probably we will go to grab this and then continue to this one. Okay, we grabbed it, and let's see if we continue to the upside or we go to grab this one. We got really nice sell signals, so some small sell positions could be open there, or let's see what happens if we go for this liquidity at the bottom because it's much closer. But then we have new liquidity here because it's significant liquidity from London, I guess. But still we have liquid and go. Okay, so you can talk with the markets like I do, but it's crazy, and perhaps a lot of people don't think much of you. But this is something that I really like. You could replay and you could see how liquidity is created and how it's grabbed and how basically the market rhythm goes. So this is something also very cool about this indicator, and you are able to backtest it, right? So this is for backtesting, very nice feature. This is feature of TradingView, not of my code, but my code also works in replay mode. So I think I can have some popularity for that. Okay. So I think we went through everything that we are able to set there. If you are interested in the strategy that I'm using, just again visit our Discord. If you like this video, which is very long for a YouTube video, it's 45 minutes so far, but I hope that you found some value. This video is dedicated to people who are willing to use this indicator and who are wanting to trade smart money concepts how smart people would, because of alerts and other stuff. Most of the people say that the market or trading is for is freedom for them. They seek freedom in the market, but then they sit I don't know 18 hours a day in front of the computer, which seems not so much as a freedom. So I developed something like this, just to have alerts, just to need to sit in front of the computer just the necessary time, and then be free to do other important stuff in life. Okay, so this tool, I don't like the word indicator, because this I view this more as a tool, because indicators are moving averages and MACDs, etc., and they are really stupid. But this is a tool that does some things for you. It lowers the number of tasks you need to do every day. It helps you to trade more consistently. So I think it's a lot of value there, and I'm really hoping that you will see too. So again, if you'd like, just see the description. There is a link to Discord. If you like this video, please subscribe, because I will be uploading more videos about our indicators and strategy. And also, if you'd like to support me as a developer, you could go to Patreon. I will also place link in the description, and purchase subscription for this indicator. And I think that's all. So I wish to you all happy trading, successful trading career, and more importantly, health and time freedom for you. Okay, so see you next time.